Hello and welcome to another update video about LINK. LINK continues to grind its way lower in this current correction towards the support area. We're dealing still with a diagonal pattern to the upside, an ascending channel, and the price is moving in this channel. We have a potential 5-wave move that we're tracking. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4 likely unfolding with wave 5 to come. The support levels are very well defined, $12.88. $11.04 and $9.75 are the critical support levels for this current structure. The downside move is, I think, nearly complete, or it looks as if we are nearly there. Okay, so let's zoom in. The idea is that as long as the $9.75 level is still holding and we don't get a sustained break below it, the thesis of one more high is alive and can be kept alive and is very much a reasonable expectation. Note, however, that the ascending trend line down here, this trend line could be tested, okay? And that is well within the orange support area of this wave 4. So yeah, what happens below $9.75? Well, the only thing I can imagine then as a bullish alternative, because everything else will be bearish. So ideally this forms, right? Because then we have in the next pullback a breakout setup for a third wave rally. But the only other thing I could imagine is that this is an ABC, yeah, or maybe even with this high, and that this is an A wave and we're coming down in a B wave just a little lower, and we would then move up. But that is a less reliable structure than a diagonal, which would form 5 waves and give us a decent support zone in the subsequent wave 2 pullback. So let's go to the 1 hour chart. Here we can see that the market probably topped in this third wave, middle of November. Then obviously this A wave down, we talked about that, overshooting B wave, and then this C wave down seems to be unfolding as planned, as ending diagonal. At least that is what we explored in recent days and also weeks, not weeks, but days since this pullback started. So we had a wave 1, wave 2. This is not an impulse down, so this is not a third wave down, not yet. The third should ideally reach sort of the area between $13.33 and $12.20, so ideally a little lower. So I count this as an A wave, this as a B wave, and the C wave down might be unfolding right now. With that low, and we've already made a slightly lower low, I think, maybe, slightly lower low. I mean, the C wave could technically be finished, but from a Fibonacci extension point of view, ideally it pushes a little lower. Then a wave 4 and a 5. But because it's a diagonal, be aware that the microstructure can easily morph and change. So also, please be aware that if I could be wrong about an ABC, it could just be a WXY. There's at the moment no way of recognizing really the difference. I'm leaning towards ABC because it's the more common structure. And in a C wave, we have 5 waves. So it would have to be an ending diagonal. But in a WXY structure, this here would be an A, B, C, and the low could be in or nearly in. I mean, literally, it's all about, okay, let's say, do we get 1 more low or 2 more lows? And I mean, it would look quite good, to test the lower boundary line of that trend channel. But that was the phone, not the phone, microphone. Not sure what that was. But it would look quite good with the price testing that ascending trend line there, and then a possible reaction could follow and drive the price higher in wave 5. And if that happens, please note that there is resistance at around $18.30. This is previous structural resistance. I think from 2022, still here. This April 22 high, also the February 22 high. Let's go back to the 1 hour chart. And what would be the first indication really that a low has been established? So first of all, from here, the B wave could easily extend. Okay, so if we now see a rally, I would first explore its B wave extension. Why? Because this move down doesn't look finished yet. Okay, now again, I can be wrong. That's obviously to a degree subjective. So therefore, we have the objective levels in Elliott wave, like the invalidation point. So a break above $6 and $6.09 would suggest that the low is already in. Okay, and I would have to take the perspective, okay, the low is probably in. Bear in mind, microstructures change quite frequently, but the overall assumption here hasn't changed in months. So that's my update about Link. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.